Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to be doing a luxury handbag tag. A number of YouTubers, some of my favorite, including Lydia Elise Millen, Sophie Showhead, Jerusha Couture, Christina Brawley, have done the tag, and so I am going to go ahead and jump on in. So the first question is, how many bags do you own? My current count, and I'm looking at the list here, is at 25, but I'm selling 2 of them, and so I don't know if that's a lot. I thought there would be a lot more. I have a number of clutches that I did not include in this tag, so but if we're referring to luxury handbags, I have 23. The next question, how do you organize and store your handbags? Currently I use an IKEA Billy bookcase. There are 2 different depths. There's one that's about 7.5 inches, and there's one that's slightly deeper. I'm not sure of the exact measurements, but that's how I currently store about 90% of my handbags. I have a couple here to, I guess it would be to your guys' right, my left, that I have a mannequin where 2 of my bags are hanging off of that I almost did not count them in, as well as my husband's closet. I do have another 2 handbags stored there. What was your first handbag purchase? My first handbag purchase is this pochette. I bought it back in, let's see, 17 years ago. So I bought it back in 2000. Yes, this is 17 years old. Can you believe it? And it's still in pretty good shape. The leather, as you can see, it has patinaed beautifully. So this is my first purchase. I bought it in Paris, France. I'm not sure at which Louis Vuitton store, but I do remember the whole experience of getting in line, waiting in line, and asking for a purse, and the SAs brought me back a wallet. I was confused because a purse over there is not a purse but a wallet, and I think I wanted to say a pochette or I have 3 contenders for the what is my newest handbag. So I bought these handbags sort of in sequential order, but through exchanges and upgrading the bag, they sort of all arrived at the same time. So my first one, so my newest handbags, plural, would be these handbags. Technically, this would be my newest handbag, the Chanel Jumbo Caviar flap with the silver hardware. I got this around January, February. I turned in all my gift points and applied $4,200 in credits towards this bag. It arrived, and when upon opening it, there was a giant scratch by the double C's. This SA went and got leather conditioner and sort of rubbed it out, and I set it aside for about a week hoping it would go away, and I traveled for business. So I got back at the end of January and I saw that the scratch was still there. So I went back to the store a week later, turned it into him, said, can you please exchange this for another one? And so the SA Tyler at the Chanel store in Saks did exchange it for me. So it arrived around Valentine's Day, and around and also another gift I received around Christmas, and I exchanged it at the same time, was my Louis Vuitton Twist Epi. So for Christmas I received the Kleber bag, and I wasn't a huge fan of the design. This one here I've loved much more, and I believe this is the MM size. And the strap is incredibly light. So I got this as a Christmas gift from my husband, the Kleber, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So around the January time frame, the same time I picked up my Chanel bag, actually the same day, I upgraded to this bag here. So those, I guess, would count as my newest handbags. And then the last handbag, which would count towards the newest handbag category, is the Louis Vuitton Infrarouge Pochette Métis. I received this as a Valentine's gift from my husband, and I wanted to open it up early and both of us had decided, well, why wait? It's what are we waiting for? We know what we're getting. So around that, February 1st or 2nd, the same time I picked up my Louis Vuitton, and a week before I had exchanged my Louis Vuitton twist, sorry, the Chanel Caviar flat bag and the Louis Vuitton twist, I got this bag. So I count those 3 bags as my newest handbag. Next question, what is my most expensive handbag? Well, it's sort of complicated, like life. I have my Chanel medium boy in lambskin, and I have my Chanel flat caviar bag. Now, technically, this is by far more expensive than the Chanel boy. However, because I purchased this with a lot of my points, my credit cards, I traded it in for dollars. The net expense out of my pocket onto my credit card for this bag was under $1,800. And if you want to see the video of how I got it for under $1,800, you can click on one of my other videos below. This, however, I paid full price for it, no points, no discounts, nothing Ebates, no upgrades, and I believe it was, I don't think I have the price tag in here anymore. I want to say it was about $4,800 at the time, maybe $4,700. So this was probably the most expensive handbag that I ever paid full price for. No credits, no points, no discount. What is my most dramatic handbag purchase? I'm going to say again, it's my Chanel boy medium in lambskin. The reason why it was such a dramatic purchase is at that time I bought this from the Chanel store in South Coast Plaza, Orange County. I was going through an extreme amount of stress at that time. I was being sued by my former tenants and the condo I own that just through a series of leaks and just, you know, bad luck, they were unhappy with the situation, and so I was sued for that. And I was also possibly going to be sued by another person, another company that my company used to be part of a franchise, and they were threatening a lawsuit, and so we were going kind of back and forth in negotiating either a possible settlement or maybe proceeding to a lawsuit. And also, fortunately, my company was doing extremely well at that time. We had doubled in business, and our operational costs were just went up marginally. So the business was doing very, very well, and I had set aside some cash, but I wasn't really enjoying the success because of the one lawsuit and another potential lawsuit pending. And so I walked into the Chanel store with no intention of buying this bag at all. I knew that I saw the boy and the flap on Instagram and just knew I loved the two. This seemed to be more me because I'm more of a tomboy in a lot of ways and feminine in others, which I felt this represented Chanel. And also the story behind Boy Capel, I just thought, wow, this chick, Coco, she knows what she's doing. This girl is tough. So this bag represents a lot of what I was going through. Not only was the business starting to turn around, becoming very financially successful, but it also represented a lot of stress and angst, and just, it was a lot I was going through. I would never wish that on anyone or my worst enemy. So this by far is my most dramatic handbag purchase. I walked in, had no intentions of spending all that money on a handbag, texted my fiance, or soon-to-be husband at that time, and said, should I do this? And he said, if you have the money in the bank, absolutely, you deserve it. So my most dramatic. So what is my current favorite handbag store? Well, if I only had to choose one, I would probably say, oh, that's a tough one. It's a tie between like Neiman's and Saks, only because they have a lot of different designers inside their locations, or the one in Beverly Hills does. And so, you know, you have Chanel, you have Celine, you have Gucci. I don't know if Dior is in there, but they have, who else? Prada, Miu Miu. And so there are so many options. How could I possibly pick from the one designer? So I would nominate either Neiman's or my least favorite handbag is the Chanel Boy bag. While I love so many things about this boy bag, what I don't like is that almost immediately the sides here of the bag were immediately scuffed. The inside, I don't know if you can see it here, but it's been kind of scratched up a little bit. Yes, I still have the sticker on here. And the practicality of this bag, I've hung it across a chair, the back of a chair, and sometimes this strap just falls off. I don't know why. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know why it does that. And a lot of times the strap will become tucked under the hoops here, and so it does this. And then I sort of have a little bit of a panic attack because I know that this part of the strap is being scuffed and worn out. So it's such a delicate bag, and I try so hard to make sure I take good care of it, and you know, it ends up getting scuffed and dropped and like thrown about. And so I was hoping it'd be more durable. So there's a lot of things I love about this bag. If I can get it in another maybe a caviar fabric, or if you say fabric, but a caviar skin or goat skin or something more durable, I think I might enjoy this bag a little bit more. But for right now, I reach for it because fashion wise it's beautiful, but practicality wise there's not much I can get into. My next handbag purchase, I think, again, why do we have to pick one? When I go to Italy and pass through all the duty-free shops, I have a few on my list here. So I'm going to pick up one thing, and maybe you guys could give me some advice on which one to pick up. But a contender is the diorama or the Diorever. I saw I Am Choquette and Lydia Elise Millen carry theirs, the diorama and the Diorever, and both were just so beautiful that might be something I will pick up. I also am loving, obviously, the Gucci Sophie and the Gucci Marmont. Both are just beautiful bags. And then I'm going to make it a goal to see if I can buy a Kelly or a Birkin when I am traveling through Europe. So there's a few stops I'll be making either through London, Heathrow Airport. I'll be in Venice, Florence, and the Italian Riviera. So there's got to be a Kelly or Birkin lurking around somewhere there. If there isn't, then I will try again when I go to Italy next year. So that wraps up my luxury handbag tag. And if you have any questions, feel free to like drop a message below, and please subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I almost forgot one. What is my dream handbag? Well, it used to be the Chanel flap, and now I have that. Is it so boring that I want the Kelly or the Birkin bag? I just through a number of reviews and postings, more and more girls seem to be leaning towards a Kelly just because it has a shoulder strap. So I think that's going to be next on my handbag dream wish list. And if I can get one in Europe, great. If there's some things that are going on in my business right now that if it does all happen in the next 3 or 4 months, as a bonus to myself, I may go ahead and buy the either the Kelly or Birkin. And if you want to see more videos, please subscribe below and like this video so I know that I can keep producing more content like this. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and spending some time with me. Have a good day or a good night, depending on where you are. Bye, guys.